Ladies and gentlemen, will you please join me in welcoming to the stage Hailey Boyle.
She was so nervous to do that, you guys. It was amazing. I had to give her some anti-panic stuff. She was sweating. It was awesome. Made me panic less. How are you guys? All right? Excellent. Hello, front row. You guys get a front row view of my belly. You like that? I'm gonna give you the profile. Yeah, take it in, enjoy it. That's what it's there for. Oh, I love this belly. I live in LA now, and bellies aren't very popular there, and I feel bad for the men. You know, they're missing out, right, sir? You like a belly, don't ya? He's like, whatever you say, big lady, don't eat me. I just think it's sad, because like a girl like me, this is where it's at. I can carry you to safety and keep you warm. I'm like a tauntaun, but I smell better. Plus, if you think about it, it's like I'm made of boobs. That makes me a bargain, you guys. You can get to second base with my upper arm right in the grocery store. It's not even dirty. Just let it rip. We don't have much use for these little skinny bitches in Alaska. Don't make that face at me. I'll wipe it right off your head. I will. It's ridiculous. I feel like there I was very popular with the men because they would look at me and be like, oh, I bet she could carry like 10 gallons of water in one trip. Not you, little one. You maybe lay out in front of the door to block the draft or something. How's that sound? Adorable. I like you. She's already drunk. I like her the best. When I was getting ready to leave Alaska and move to New York, my friends were worried. They were like, you better be careful down there because someone might slip you something and have their way with you. And I was like, well, they must have some ambitious rapists in New York. Well, how are you even going to pull that off? Slip me a roofie and then go get like a trolley, pull your van around. You need at least 2 guys. I'm a 2-man job, right? He's like, no, she's right. I've run the numbers and there's no way. There's no way you can do it on your own. There's just no way. And I think it'd be a wasted effort because all you need is the van and maybe some cupcakes. I would go. Oh, I love snacks. So much I love snacks. When I moved to New York, people didn't like that I was from Alaska because they'd be like, you and your Sarah Palin. No, it's just not mine. I always vote Democrat as a policy. I don't even care who's running. Always, you know, because I love Alaska, but not as much as I love having abortions. That's my favorite. I like to get one every 6 months, whether I need it or not. It's about freshness, you know? That's a clean uterus right there, little fella. How old are you, precious? You are so cute. 13! Ah! You are gonna be the best 13-year-old lay in your whole school after this show. Like, you're gonna be the only one that knows stuff. But no, this is good, because most men make it to 45 and still don't know how to work one of these things. So, you're in the advanced class now, little man. Right in the front row, too. So whenever I do this, you can, no, don't look away. Yeah. A little shimmy. He's just like, anywhere else, where can I go? Nowhere. And you're in the front row, so if you get up and walk away, everyone will know. I have to stay away from petite fellas like that. It's dangerous. I might break them. You know, I don't want to wake up on top of like a tiny corpse one day with like a big hickey in the middle of my belly and little claw marks because he fought so hard. Didn't quite make it. Like if he's stout enough, maybe. Like I actually dated a little guy once. He was like a battle dwarf, you know? He was real fighty all the time. Like he'd be like, oh, if that guy said something to you, I was gonna fuck him up. And I'm like, please don't. How does that make me look? Like a lazy asshole sending my baby into battle. Like, no, you fight. I'll be back here just having a pose down and practicing my archery skills. I got it. Thank you, little one. You know, do you guys know that, like Scotland, we have no black people in Alaska? Yeah, I've been told they don't like the cold. You're brownish. What do you got going on? You don't know? It's a mystery? Good for you. She's like, I tan. That's it. I'm actually white. I'm just really, really good at tanning. Good for you. Excellent work. I love black people. I miss them, I feel like, in Alaska. I didn't know. You know, like, do you guys know that black people don't swim? Can you swim? Black people also lie a lot. Nonsense. Stop it. Why are you miming to me? We are 3 feet away from each other, and I know you're not a mute because you were cursing out people on the way to the bathroom. Why? Speak. All right, forget you. Moving back to the little one then. Have you ever, how do you feel about blowjobs, little fella? What's your feeling? Do you have an opinion? No, good, so you haven't sucked one yet. That's fine. I'll tell you, it's just awful. It's a hideous thing to have to do. I hate blowjobs so much. So much. Like, sometimes I'll actually date a guy in his early 20s just because you can trick him into shit that make him think it's sexual when it's not. Like, I invented something called a chicken blowjob. You just... If they're young enough, they're like, I'm learning new shit. I'm an older lady. She taught me about chicken blowjobs. Or I'll just wait till a guy's real drunk. Why don't you suck it? I just did. You're wasted. Or just give a real shitty one and hope I don't get asked to do it again. You know, like real angry, lots of teeth and growling. Raw! Raw! Oh, and that's fun, because the guy won't pull a dick back out of your mouth. You can feel him tremble, though, if you put your hand on their hip. It's raw! And then my inner monologue to get through it is just, hurry up and finish so I can suck your soul out of your dick and take your powers. Look at me. Now, don't act like I didn't warn you ahead of time not to sit next to your mother during this show. Did I or did I not tell you to put someone in between you? And what's great is that he's sitting here awkward, all clenched up, looking at the ceiling, and every time she laughs, she bumps into him like, ha ha, ha ha. Like, whatever you do, don't touch each other while I'm telling blowjob jokes. For the love of God, you're gonna scar him for life. Some girl is gonna go down on him and he's gonna think of you, and that's gonna be horrible. That's like there's only 2 ways to ruin a boner, and that's Mom and Michael Jackson. Okay, so please, don't. Do you want to switch seats with him? Now you just sit between 2 strange ladies, and maybe they'll teach you more after the show. She seems like the kind of lady that likes to give lessons. Are you lesbians? Oh, hey. Well, you could teach them stuff then. I've got questions about that. You know, like I have a lot of gay male friends, and I worry about them because I feel like, who's in charge of keeping that sex in check? Like when I have sex with men, I'm the sex cop, and they're the idea man, and those are our roles, you know? They're like, okay, put your foot on my hip and then lean way back. And I'm like, no, get on the bed or go the fuck home, all right? We're not going to the emergency room today. We're not doing it. So when I think of 2 men together, it's like it must escalate, right? They're like, whoa, we'll take an oath and we'll get a sword and we'll build a trapeze. And then I imagine lesbians are like rubbing each other's feet and watching whatever they TiVoed. Isn't that? No, because I'm like, do you guys actually scissor? Do adults like do what Barbies do? Is that? You just mash your pubic mounds? Ah! Do you guys fist? Is that part of your thing? Well, I ask because I know it's a thing, because I've been to like the porn shop and they have a thing that looks like this. And I'm like, I don't even let a dude put a second finger in me, let alone a fist. I'm not trying to ruin it for the next guy. You know what I'm saying? I want it in original condition. So I'm curious about lesbians and I worry about the gay men. Someone's gonna break a tooth, I fucking know it. It got a little weird because I started picturing it. I don't know if you guys could see in my eyes that I started picturing it. Shouldn't do that. I'm trying to be a better feminist. I got that going for me. Not good at it. Turns out I hate women. Sorry. I kind of extra hate you. Like if I had to take the whole front row and pick someone to die, it'd be you. Sorry. I didn't even know I had a problem with women until someone pointed it out to me that the porn I was watching was maybe not very healthy. Like, I hate blowjobs and I hate blowjob porn, unless it's like one girl holding another girl's head on a dick and she's crying and then I'm just like, oh yeah, that's the stuff. Take that, bitch. It's not good. I'm trying to love other women. I'm trying to be more supportive. But it's also difficult to be a feminist just because it's not sexy, you know? Like, I feel like I already have a lot of strikes against me in the sexy box, you know? I'm 6'2", I can push your car out of the ditch by myself. You know, it's intimidating to be a feminist on top of that. Like, no one's gonna go home. He's not gonna go home. He might. And jerk off, you know? And just be like, oh, yeah, that big lady stomping through the woods, eating whole gourds, kicking squirrels, equal rights for everyone. I hope you do. Boys have it so easy in the masturbation category. I will not leave him alone. He paid for a ticket for this. I will not. It's ridiculous. He's got it easy. Dicks are an easy to operate piece of equipment. I can work one with my feet, okay? That's easy. Like, boys learn to masturbate because one day they walk into the side of their couch and they're just like, oh, hey. I think I have a new hobby. I had to hump the side of my tub for years before I figured that shit out. It's complicated, right? Are you good at it? That felt like a no. She was like, should I be? Yeah, practice. It's fucking awesome. My personal best is 12 times in 7 minutes, so work on beating that, you know? It's not cute when I do it. It's not like you see in a Girls Gone Wild video with some chick in the shower with a foot up like, no. When I do it, it is a violent race against time. Because I've got to finish before my hand turns into a claw and I can't continue. I just get in a weird position with my knees all the way out and my head all the way to the left, but I don't know why. And I hold my breath and just... And then I slam my hand against the wall to open it up for next time. Visualize that. I know you don't want to, but I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna make you do it. Oh. Anyone ever fuck a fat guy? You little one? Never fuck a fat guy? You should try it. It's like science. Even the lesbians, just for the experiment. Did you know that they have more dick in there? You can... It's like pop out dick. Like, you can't use it, but it's super fun to play with, you know? And you can be down there reenacting scenes from Little Shop of Horrors and everything. Just feed me. It's so much fun. And they don't mind. They're just happy you're not charging, you know? It's a good time. But last time I was down there playing with it, I started thinking, and as a chunky girl, I think if being overweight made my vagina lame, I would try to lose weight. But luckily, that's not the case. The chunkier you get, the better it gets. It's like it's more crowded. You know, it is. It just gets all like layers and shit. And it's great because I can tell when I'm with a guy and I'm his first chunky girl because they're always like, this is amazing. I'm like, I know, it's a vagina within a vagina and it grabs on and it has a pillow top. It's luxurious. It's fucking fancy. It's all meaty and shit. It's like prom night every night. There's ruffles and lace. It's very nice. It's very nice, sir. It's not like those ones you see in porn where it's all like hairless and angry and severe, like the mouth of a librarian just... You know? Mine's got character. It's like a whole face. Like a jowly old man, you know? Like a Walter Matthau with the spirit of Bernie Mac. Just, oh, come on, America. It looks at you when you go down there. Eye contact. It's nice. And I think it's also evolutionarily advanced. Like, if you have a daughter, pray that she gets a meaty vagina. This is an anti-assault vagina, guys. You can't sneak up on me in some alley and hope to penetrate me. You just be down there all day like, well, where does this begin and end? There's no opening here at all. This is ridiculous. It's like when you eat a fruit roll-up and it folds over on itself and then you're just like, son of a bitch. Just gotta eat it like that. I stopped paying attention to my vagina jokes because I noticed that the grown-up man there had something to say to the younger man there. What is it, sir? What is it?
I was complimenting the show. I said, that's my daughter.
Sir, wait, time out. Sir, you shouldn't even know if your daughter has a meaty vagina. Okay? Don't go around bragging about your daughter's vagina. People are gonna get the wrong idea. Does that make you feel any better, little fella? Is that comforting? She brought her dad to the show and now she's being punished. Do you have a fancy one? Of course. Sir, now I oddly want to see your balls. Like, I just feel like you've got very impressive balls. No daughter of mine has a plain vagina. Of course it's a meaty one. Don't be ridiculous. It's in our blood. And he's getting on in yours. I bet they're very impressive. They've just got like a whole pendulum effect. Just, oh. 'Cause balls are so hideous anyway, you know? They are. It's like someone dropped silly putty on the carpet before they vacuumed it and just put it back in the egg like that. I freaking hate balls. But you, sir, I want to see. Not in person. Maybe send me a picture. How about that? I don't want to get too close. That might be the first time I've ever requested a picture of someone's genitals. Yet I have so many. So many. There's something about being like a public personality that makes people just want to send you a picture of their dick all the time. Have you ever done that yet? You will. You will. You will. Someday you're going to get weird and you're going to fluff yourself up and you're going to get like a can of Iron Brew for fucking perspective so people can see how big it is. And you're going to find your angle and you're going to send a girl an unsolicited dick pic. And she's gonna try to be polite about it so she doesn't hurt your little ego. But we're gonna laugh and show it to our friends. I just find dick pics so unsexy. Like, I don't want a close-up of your pee hole, man. Don't send me that. And it seems mean to the penis. You're sending me this picture of this like naked, vulnerable thing, like you shaved a hamster and then poked at it. And he's like, ah. And you just woke him up and shined the light in his eye and it's still half closed from sleep. And just, not sexy. If you're gonna do it, send a full body shot. Chicks dig that shit. Leave your face out, because we're gonna show it to our friends. No dick pics. Where were we? We got way off. Thank you, sir, with your balls and your... So this is like a whole family. How many of these people are your children? Wait, so that man in the middle is not your child? Who's he? He's the guy that's boning your daughter. Why don't we ask him if he's got a meaty vagina? That would be 100 times less creepy. Like, it's weird that you mentioned her vagina to her while he was sitting in between you. But it's weirder that you're so proud of her vagina. But I feel like if he was proud of her vagina, then you should be happy about that. What the fuck kind of incestual row have you guys put in the middle here? So you're like, here's what we'll do. We'll stack it so no one who's related is next to each other. So when it gets awkward, it won't be so awkward. And then you fucked it up, dude. Are you boning that dude? Well, I think you should. I think that would work out better for everybody. Then he could pass info to your dad, sate his curiosity, and then we don't have to get the authorities involved. How does that sound? Jeez. I just burped. I had the most amazing mac and cheese before this show. It had bacon in it. You guys make the best cheese here. My mom thinks I'm a lesbian. Oh, all right, cool. So did you guys. That's fine. It never ceases to amaze me. It's like all these blowjob jokes, and everyone's like, look at the lesbian telling blowjob jokes. Like, no one ever believes me. And I don't mind when people think I'm a lesbian. It's not like it's an insult. It bothers me that they think I'm a liar, you know? It's like they make the same face at me that I make when I offer a fat guy dessert, and he's like, oh, I don't care for sweets. I don't know, you sure look like you do, fatty. That's weird. And I feel like if I was a lesbian, I'd be amazing at it, you know? Like, I would go hard. I'd be like an aggressive lesbian. Tits are cool, I guess. But I can't do it. Like, vaginas gross me out. I'm not gonna eat seafood at room temperature. That's not even safe. You know? I just can't picture it. You know, I feel like people are always trying to talk me into it, and then I get all confused. I'm like, wait, am I gay? And then I see like some filthy dude digging a hole, and I'm like, gross. And I want that in my mouth. So no, I'm definitely not gay. Are you sad? Are you guys a couple? Oh, hey. Are you a trophy? Because you look like you're trouble. I'm not going to lie to you. There's something about you that I feel like you're the kind of girl who at the end of the night breaks her bottle and fucking slashes someone with it. She lit up. She was like, oh my God, that's me. I've done that. My mom always says, she's like, if you have a baby, you should have a multicultural baby. I'm like, biracial. And also, no, I'm not having any babies. Like, if I was going to, yes, I would definitely want a black baby. Will you? Will you carry my babies? You'll have my ovum. Nice. All right, but will you also take care of it? Are you going to raise said baby? All right, well, you can have my eggs all day. You can have them, but they're like 20,000 pounds a piece. Is that going to work for you? Are you kidding me? He's never having sex or anything. Like, he's ruined for life. He is a 13-year-old. Right now, as this is going on, his dick is crawling back up into his body cavity. And then in a little while, we're going to hear as his balls suck up. He was, all right, stop chatting. I'm trying to tell a goddamn joke. Getting all off track. We got to talking about black babies now and shit. That's not where we were going. Screw it. I'm going to tell it anyway. I would have black babies, except for I can't do black hair. That shit is complicated. Do you guys even know black people? Has anyone here met a black person? Raise your hand if you've ever met a black person. Not one hand. All right. They have a special kind of hair, and I used to share an apartment with a black guy, and he had shit in the bathroom, I keep in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, it was a constant struggle to find the olive oil. I'm not doing it. No black babies. Black dick, yes. I highly recommend it. Have you tried it? Yeah, nice. Excellent. She was like, tiny head nod, no, don't turn around, no one saw nothing. It's the best kind of dick, you know. If you haven't tried it, it's basically like you've been eating ravioli out of a can. And you're like, oh, hey, ravioli. Mm-hmm. And then one day you go to Italy, and you're like, holy fuck, this ravioli is awesome. That's black dick. Like, if there was a dick grocery store, black dick would be the truffles. Like, it's the good shit. It's a little different, don't get me wrong. First time I was with a black guy, like, right in the middle, he was like, whose pussy is this? And I was like, I'm gonna ignore that. But then he just did it again, more angry, like, whose pussy is this? I was like, fi, I don't know. Technically it's mine, but you're using it. What the fuck? And I've retired from sucking black dick. It's too much work. It's too much. That's just too much dick, man. Oh, as soon as they whoop it out, I get that feeling in my stomach, like when I had to climb the rope in gym. I can tell by looking I can't do it. Still important that you try. Hate blowjobs. Oh, yeah, I feel like it doesn't seem to matter how much. I feel like I could get a line of witnesses, like guys I've already fucked, to be like, nope, she's straight. Still nobody believes me. Like, I could take this guy on stage, not you. That would be illegal. And give him one of my horrible, angry blowjobs in front of all of you, just and the whole nine, and you guys would still go home and be like, oh my God, we were at Blackfriars and we saw a lesbian and she was eating a man. It was terrifying. Watch out for that, sir. Watch out. Don't you roll your eyes at me, little one. Look at me. Look at me. Do you have a girlfriend? Have you ever? I'm not gonna leave him alone. Stop telling me to leave him alone. I'm not gonna leave him alone. You guys broke up? Yeah, relationships are hard, right? I find them difficult. Oh, not really, no. I'm an expert in everything. Fucking 13-year-olds, right? Oh, they're hideous. Like, I feel like kids between the ages of 4 and 25 can just suck my dick. I'm like, oh, you suck at life. You don't know what you're doing. They think they're good at stuff. You know, like I brought a 19-year-old kid home recently. Had my way with him. He was awful. He was just on top of me, like staring at me all blank face with like a little bit of drool. I was like, get down. He was like, finally. And I was like, finally what? He was like, you finally came. I was like, no, that's not it at all. You're bothering me. Get off. Get down. I only brought him home in the first place because he told me he'd never been blown. And I was like, well, this is an opportunity. I could give him one amazing blowjob and then own him. And he'd be my minion, and I could be like, go forth and bring back Mike and Ike's. It is snack time in my kingdom. Delicious. Stop shaking your little bangs. Fucking moody kid. I won't even babysit for anyone that's like over 4. They have to be under, because they get all fucking like they want to challenge you. Like they're always stepping to you, you know? They're like, yeah, this is how you flush the potty. I'm like, I know how to flush the potty, Johnny. I've been doing it since before you were born. Back off. Well, do you know how to make a grilled cheese? Yeah, I do, and I'm allowed to use the stove, and I fucking drive. Go sit down, man. You can't even beat him up, and I want to so bad. Just want to punch a 4-year-old. Just shut up. You don't know anything. Ridiculous. I have a hard time in relationships. You don't, because you don't have real relationships. You pass notes in class, and then you rub your faces against each other and giggle in public. That's not a relationship. When you get older, it's hard. Like I want my asshole licked on the regular. I want that, you know? So much. But I just don't want to have to ever talk to that guy ever again. I'm like, please, don't even get the door. I'll get the door. Don't touch anything. Go. You've done unspeakable things. Just go. Butt play is a good time, but that's a specific type of play. Like, I'd rather do it in a hotel room, leave a crime scene. You know what I'm saying? You guys are an interesting crowd, because I feel like sometimes you get real, real awkward for a minute, and then we're great for a minute, and then it's real, real awkward again. And it's all the wrong places. Like, no one was awkward when Dad was talking about his daughter's vagina. I tell a fucking well-crafted butt joke, and everyone gets weird on me. It makes no sense. I need you guys to keep it loose. Thought I'm a squirter. Got that going for me. He went like this. Do you know what that means? I will not stop it! Stop telling me to stop it! They hired me to do this. They pay me money to do this. I've designed my entire life around making strangers awkward. Did you read the description of the word aggressive is in it? It says that right in there. Aggressive. And powerful. It says, ah! You can't protect him. There's no one can protect him. Just let me chat with him. I'm teaching him. This is good for him. That means I get a little distance on my climax. Not like a dude. You know what I mean? It's not like you can do with your hose, where you can like tap the end and build pressure and hit the wall and all that shit. I can't Spider-Man. I do push the mist. I'm like, ha-ha! Ah! It makes me feel powerful. But I never tell guys ahead of time that might happen. You know, I just let them go down there and whatever happens, happens. Because I like honesty. And there's basically only 2 responses. Men over 30 are like, finally. Men under 30 are like, oh my God. Oh. Did you just pee on my face, bro? And yes, scientifically speaking, a percentage of that would be urine. Yes. He's gonna learn it in school. This is much better. Now he'll be the kid in class raising his hand. He'll be like, oh, female ejaculate, got that shit covered. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. You wanna go deep? Look at me. If he was older, I would just stare at him until he got half a shame boner. You know what I mean? Like, cause you can do that to a man. You can just stare at him real creepy and angry and just boo. And they're like, I don't know what's happening to my wiener, but you own me now. It's fun for me. You can get any man like that. I like how you're protecting your whole breadbasket there. She's all... He's got a hand over his dick. That's a smart man right there. Protect that shit. This feels weird, you guys. Never done an hour in front of a bunch of Scots before, and it's odd because you guys are like real polite about some shit and real awkward about other shit. These lesbians keep trying to protect the 13-year-old they brought to the show. He doesn't what? I know he belongs to them. But I know, but you guys are doing some kind of intervention here. Like, this is his evening so far. He's like, my mom took me to a comedy show where a big scary American lady shook her vagina at me, and then two middle-aged lesbians took me into their coven. That's an incredible evening. You better tweet about this. How many other 13-year-old boys do you know that have been invited into a lesbian coven? Fucking none, okay? You have to be like a sultan or a prince to get that kind of shit. You're a lucky kid. Ridiculous. I don't even know what to do with you guys. Oh. Let's just change the subject. I have a friend who's what you call gay for pay. A rent boy, if you will. Only he's straight. And for a long time, I thought, wow, that's a tough job. You know? Well, you probably know. Taking it in the butt, that's a lot of work. You gotta eat yogurt the day before and meditate and shit, get real calm. It's difficult. Turns out that's not the job. He gets his dick sucked for money. That's a job. Okay, your guidance counselors, they're not gonna tell you that. They're gonna be like, oh, go to university, 20 pounds a pop. You can just get your dick sucked all day. That's a job. The best job, basically. It is, that's a great job. I just don't understand why it exists. Because never in my life have I been like, oh man, I gotta suck a dick tonight. Ooh, I'll pay $20 to suck a dick tonight. You know, if anything, I'm like, well, you've been good. It's your birthday, I guess. We'll do it. There's a lot of benefits of being a girl my size. It's like, you know, you're tiny, right? I could just throw you off a train platform. There's nothing you could do about it. It's true. If I scooped you under my arm, you could kick and scream. People would think you were a naughty child. I'd be like, oh, she needs a nap. She needs a nap. Just run off with you. Not me, I'm fucking solid, you know? And as a result, I don't really get dumped. You know, I'm a frightening woman. There's no reason to make me angry. I've actually only been dumped once. And it wasn't your average dumping, because I got dumped by a black Republican. That's like getting dumped by a unicorn. I was like, you can't break up with me. I don't even believe in you. Not real. They applauded for that because you were not involved. Did you see that? They were like, oh, more of that stuff that doesn't traumatize that poor child. That poor child. Well, that's the job. I try. I'm a little stoned, but I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. I have a prescription. It's fine. It's fine. I keep forgetting what jokes I want to tell you guys because when I look at you, your little faces, like there's so much variation. Like you look like a date rapist. She looks like a victim. You look like a teacher. You look like you're gonna stab me. You look like you should not fucking be here. Okay? Right? And you look like you're gonna make me a cup of tea. Like I feel like you're like the huggiest lesbian ever. Like I feel like you bake cookies in your downtime. Like, do you? Do you like to bake? Are you like the Martha Stewart of lesbians? I feel like if I was a lesbian, I'd be like the bull dyke to end all bull dykes. Like I would just probably get my tits removed right off. I've always wanted to. They're in the way all the time. All the time. Like, do you know how hard it is to fist fight when you have boobs? You get punched in the tit, it's like, oh, I'm out. Oh, I'm out. Oh, okay, you win. Fuck. Hurts. Point is, I don't get dumped. Most men just lay still and wait for me to get bored and wander off, you know? Like a bear attack. It's the same principle. But being as big as I am, I have dreams to help you little bitches. It's part of my plan to be a better feminist. I'm working on it. Still hate you, but I have a plan. And that is to one day rape a rapist. I want it. I want it to be known. I want it on a t-shirt. I want it. It's not gonna be easy. I'm a big girl. But one day I'm gonna find one with poor depth perception, just sneak up on him and flip him over and stuff my clit inside him like, It won't hurt, but it'll be humiliating. And he'll go back to his rapey hangout with his rapey buddies like, this is stupid, I don't want to do it anymore. I'll do that for you, little one. Every time I look at her, I get a little angry. A little bit more angry. You don't make me as angry as the Asian girls, though. Oh, I like how you guys went, little stiff. No, fuck them, okay? Fuck them, and they're so smug about their tiny vaginas. Oh, they hate it. I don't even like having them around because I feel like people are looking at me like, well, I bet she's got a huge vagina. And I don't. It's just meaty is all. Like we discussed. It's like an opera vagina. It's got like a proscenium effect going on. They have a little monocle. It's very nice. It's elegant. Yeah. I'm gonna wet my whistle, sir. And I want you to look at me while I drink from this straw. And I want you to remember it always. Look at me! It's gonna haunt you. I don't have kids, not gonna have kids. Trying to keep this shit in original condition. Not gonna have some baby kicking it out after all the Kegels I've been doing. Thank you very much. Working on my fitness. In fact, whenever you guys see me switch from one leg to the other, that's my advanced move. I invented that. That's right. You know what Kegels are, little fella? You gotta just start lying and saying yes, okay? Because I'm gonna explain this shit to you. He's like, nope. Is when you flex the floor of your... Squeeze behind your dick, sir. You'll feel it. Squeeze! Ugh, feel your roots. He squeezed his nose instead. Make it stop. Yeah. It's not over till they light me, little one. It's not over till they light me. I'm trying to make mine real strong, you know? Like, I just want to, like, Hulk smash a dick one day. Just Hailey smash! Just break a dick with no hands. I think it would be amazing. Like, you can't even prove that's not an accident. You'd be like, oh, my bad, did I break your dick? Sucks for you. Because I feel like this is a terrible time in world history to try and have children. Like, you can't have internet and a daughter at the same time. That's too much, man. I think of myself as a kid, right? The only thing I knew about my body, I learned from the insert in my mom's tampon box, and I thought they went in my butt, so fucking nothing. But these days, kids know stuff. And like, picture me at 8 years old. If I had known I had an indoors, I would have been full of candy and pennies all the time. Just anything I didn't want to share with my brothers would have gone right up my secret pocket. Probably would have died of a yeast infection by age 10. I'd have been that weird kid on the lunch line, like, I think I have enough for cake. Let me just... I love how many different awkward faces you have. Like, are you a brooding kid usually? Because you have a lot of fucking faces that you've made. Like a whole variety. How is it being 13 these days? Any fun? Yeah, do you have armpit hair yet? Wow. Good for you. I remember when I got my first grown-up hairs and I was completely confused. Like, I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't just come in one day. You get like one hair and then like two more, and you're like, think that I'm turning into a cat. I don't want to alarm anyone. Just have like these three really long hairs that are kind of low on my belly. I don't really know what's happening. Kind of panicking. It's a little frightening for me. You're liking it? Not so much? It was easier, right? Before you had pubes, before you had to worry about like having boners. Like, that's gotta be hard having a dick. Like, I feel like if you're a 13-year-old boy, you get dressed in the morning, you're like, God, what pants can I wear? Can I tuck? Will I chafe? I'll have my backpack. It'll be okay. Do you just get Woodies? If you do, think of this, and it'll go away. Or worse, it'll get rock hard, and then you need therapy. I feel like in that respect, it's easier to be a woman. Like if I get spontaneously aroused in the middle of the day, I just glide. No friction. It's like ice skating. It's fucking awesome. Plus, I think if I had a dick, I would be a menace. You know? Like everyone in this room would have a dick-shaped bruise on their face right now, for sure. It'd be horrible to be Spider-Manning people at bus stops just... Going into restaurants and putting it on people's napkins, just waiting for them to accidentally touch it. Yeah, you like that shit? Especially if it was a big one, I would just let it hang out my fly all the time. Just swing it back and forth. What? It's hypnotic. I have like a booger, guys, and I feel like, screw it, I'm gonna stop and blow my nose. Eye contact. Don't look away. You look at me. Is this working for you? He was like... Oh, you know what? I think it's hilarious because I talked to his mom before the show. She was like, is it all right to bring my 13-year-old? And I was like, I don't know what their rules are about letting kids in, but how much of an education do you want them to get? And she said, oh, I want him to get all the education. I want him to have the best education. And I said, well, then great, bring him on in. And here we are. I feel like next he's gonna get an education on like the family court system in this country. Like, what happens when your mother, like, basically lets you get sexually assaulted at a comedy show? And does it count as sexual assault if lesbians are doing it? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Like, I feel like if I touch him, that's a problem. But I'm pretty sure you guys could give him like a little massage and it would be all right. You ever do group sex? You ever get into it with a group? That's a yes. That was a yes. Good for you. I almost had a threesome once. I had two dudes sucking on my toes. And it was going pretty good, and they were working their way up, and everything was cool until the dude on the left gave the dude on the right a look like, yeah. And then I was like, no. I just saw the future, and I was like, I'm gonna have a dick in my mouth all night. Like, that's too many dicks. 2 dicks is a dick too many. You know, it's like, I don't want to be sucking a dick while I'm having sex. That's awful. That's like someone being like, here, have some ice cream, but I'm gonna fart in your face while you eat it. Keep your fucking ice cream. I'll get my own ice cream. Don't do that. That's terrible. It's ridiculous. Have you ever smoked pot, little fella? Bullshit! Nonsense. This whole time he's been going, no. Bullshit. Guy, you're a bad liar. This fucking shitty poker face. Do you smoke weed? No. Mom, that's fine. Don't be worried. No, that's good. That's good. In a country of drinking people, he'll be special. And it's good for you. I smoke pot all the time. I do. Look at how successful I am. It's going great. Cut the neck out of my t-shirt, telling dick jokes. What? Living the dream. In America, we have like a kind of an odd dichotomy with our marijuana, because like on one hand, it's legal in a lot of places, and on the other hand, you're flooded with anti-marijuana propaganda on like the TV and shit. Like I saw this thing where a kid, maybe your age, sits down at a desk and he cuts open 5 cigarettes with a razor blade and then rolls them into one big fatty. And the guy's like, smoking one joint is the equivalent of smoking 5 cigarettes. And that got me thinking, because I wish I could roll like that when I was his age. He's a talented little fucker. You ever roll a blunt? Can you roll? What do you smoke? It's too late. We already know. At least prove that you don't suck at it. 'Cause I know little kids like you'll do shit like try and smoke out of a can that they poke a hole in and shit. Core and apple. Have you done that? Craft time? Maybe you and Martha Stewart, lesbian, could build a bond together. I feel like she'd have some good suggestions and probably a lot of materials. Do you want to pick a topic, stabby lesbian? Yeah, you look stabby to me. Yeah, you're a bit stabby. That's like dick jokes again. The topic is stabbing is just dick all over again. Popcorn? It's a terrible topic for jokes. What? Mongols?
Mangoes.
Mangoes. How about your accent? How about if we talk about that? Mongols. Mongols. Sounds like you're making fun of the disabled. You know that, right? But talk about Mongols. You got it. All right. So I was boning a dude that I was pretty sure was retarded. I'm fairly certain. He was like 7 feet tall though, and he could pick me up and like fuck me in the middle of the air like an interracial porn, you know? Just it was fucking awesome. That never happens to me. So I kept fucking him for a while. And then one day he said something to me, and I said it back to him in his voice, like mocking him, and then immediately felt horrible for making fun of a retard. And I was like, oh well, we're done fucking then. Turns out in my heart, I believe in be retarded. I'm not sure he can consent. So it stopped. That's what you get. Mongols! Happy? Happy? You ruined everything. Ridiculous. What? It's the truth, okay? I'm sorry. I tell you guys the truth. Maybe you laugh, maybe you don't. I hope you do. But fuck it if you don't. No refunds. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it goes. People have been pressuring me a lot lately to have a baby. Because, you know, in about a year, my eggs are supposed to go bad. And that's like a thing. So people are like calling me. Like, when are you going to do it? Better hurry up and have a baby. When are you going to do it? And I'm like, probably never. I don't even like to poop. I get sweaty when I have to push. It's not for me. Go weird again. It's a bizarre front row. It's hard to concentrate and look at you guys. Don't act all surprised. You've been shushing me and telling me not to talk to him. You shouted Mungo at me? What the fuck? Don't be all surprised. Telling me not to abuse the little one. But I'm going to anyway. That's why he's here. You made him do that. Why are you such pushy lesbians? See, you seem pushy. That's why I call you stabby. You don't seem so pushy. She seems like passive aggressive, like a line cutter. You know what I mean? Like she comes up to talk to a friend in line and then just scoots in front of you and you're like, oh, this fucking bitch. And then you can't be all bitchy to her because she's got like a fucking scarf and shit and looks a bit delicate, like she's made cupcakes earlier in the day and had a nap and shit. You all right? You're wearing a mini skirt? Good for you. Easy access for Stabby here. The deli cut one? The fuck does that mean? You're the deli cut? Are you telling me that you have the meaty vagina? You're the roast beef curtains in the relationship. What? What does deli cut mean? No. It's too late to go back and be like, oh, I don't know. No, fuck you. What do you mean you're the deli cut one? Oh, delicate. I'm fucking picturing one of those, like, meat machines with the fucking spinning thing, just fucking slicing bologna and shit. Just, I'm the deli cut one. All right, well, good for you. We're in the same club. You're the delicate one. Bullshit. I don't believe that. Okay, but you were probably her backup. Like, I feel like she was like, oh, sit in the front row, and you were in the back like, or I'll cut ya. See? And she's agreeing. You don't know what delicate means, ma'am. That's not, he's delicate. He's gonna throw up any minute. He is delicate. I feel like we should get him drunk tonight. Does anybody else want to get the is that legal in this country? Can we get the 13-year-old tanked? Have I got what?
Other favorite outfits.
Other favorite outfits? Yeah. Here, I do. That is the most adorable question I think an audience member has ever asked me. Have you got other favorite outfits? I'm wearing Crocs flip-flops, and you think I have favorite outfits? That's cute. Any clothes that I can put myself inside of, I'm happy with. Like, I'm not really a size, you know? Have you ever been to a fat girl store? You have like a fat friend or something? You ever? No, she's like, no, ew, gross, no. So you have to understand, like, my whole life I've been this size. Okay, but it's hard. Like, here in Scotland, you guys have like Long Tall Sally where you can get like regular people clothes there. But that's new for us in America. Like, when I was a kid, I would go to the fat girl store and it was like stirrup pants, a muumuu, some underpants, a double as a hammock, like nothing good. Just hideous clothes. Now we have that shit. Now I can go and get the same stuff as like this skinny bitch. You know? And I think it's about time, because I think I should have the opportunity to, you know, like her and her dress like a slut. I think that's only fair. But favorite outfits? No, not especially. I do wear a tiara when I do my housework. I do, when I vacuum with my tiara on. And makes me feel fancy. I like it. Do you find you have extra credibility being a lesbian? Really? You're fucking it up then. Because I'm not even actually gay, and I get extra credibility just when people assume I'm a lesbian. They do. No, they trust my math, and they let me borrow their cars and shit. It's great. They're like, that, and like people let me hang out with their husbands. That's probably my favorite part of it. Like, nobody gives a fuck if I hang out with their husband. Like my friends' wives will be like, you're going out again? They're like, well, I'm gonna go hang out with Hailey. They're like, oh, go, let her eat the hot chicks. It's fine. Go, send her on her way. But now I resent it. So what I do now to get back at him is I give him lazy hand jobs in the car on the way home. Just no lube, no eye contact, just a spite hand job. Ha! This hasn't gone exactly how I planned. And I blame you. I do. You know what's funny is earlier I met two people that I thought were gonna be trouble because they were fucking heckling me on the sidewalk, right? Don't you blame him, he's been delightful. You, with your whispering and your fucking miming and shit. Yeah, you're supposed to just laugh. And I ask you for fucking a topic to make up for your nonsense and you shout mungo at me, and that is rude. It is rude. And by the way, I don't like mangoes. I don't. I don't know why. I wish I did. They're in fucking everything now. Mango salsa everywhere. Fucking mango. I don't have a mango joke. I just hate it. I want to go have a snack now. It's my snack time, so I'm gonna go. I am. Nothing interrupts my snack time. I don't interrupt that for shit, sir. You gotta know what's important to you and stick to it, okay? For me, snack. Oh, and also going to a female gynecologist. That's important. Never, ever go to a male gynecologist. Don't. My mom once told me, she was like, life is embarrassing enough. Never go to a male gynecologist. And I was like, you know what? That's right. Because that's like going to an Amish electrician. Like, they don't know how to work those things. Even the professionals are just guessing. Just flapping around down there, stabbing a bit. Doing their best. But before I go, I do want to talk to the skinny bitch in the front, because she's been so fucking polite and frightened. Oh my goodness. It's just adorable. And I want you to know, little one, that as much as I hate you, look at me. It's a lot. A lot. I don't envy you. I know that's what little bitches think. They're like, oh, poor sad fat girl. No, fuck you. I eat whole cakes. I can take a pie to bed with a fork. That's my evening. It's amazing. It's a great life. It's probably hard being you. Probably hurts to sit down. You gotta cling to your friends when it's windy. But I think the worst part is you can only sleep with like 2 or 3 guys and then everyone thinks you're a whore. That would never happen to me. I can sleep with whoever I want. And everyone's like, well, good for you.
You guys have been delightful. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you.